Oh, yes. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yarnham is the home of blood administration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yarnham blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Hey guys, welcome to Bloodborne, another game by the creators of Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Sekiro from Software. We're going to start up a new character. I think for the sake of the this channel, we should keep on with Aoife, who is obviously female. Origin. What do we want? We want something with a bit of strength. So ordinary, happy, upbringing, all attributes average. Or do we want to go? No, I think we want to go skill actually. Although you do level them up quite similarly in this. Maybe we just pick whichever one we like the sound of. Well, we got Lone Survivor. Lone Survivor of a lost hamlet, high life essence and vigor. Suffered misfortune in youth, highly resilient as a result, lots of endurance, skill, that's quite a good one. Terribly violent past, rash but stronger for it, a lot of strength. Professional. We want to not have much blood tinge or arcane really for what we're going to be going for. Military veteran is a good one for us. Yeah, let's go for that. Experience in war, soldier with strength and skill. Let's go. Appearance. Yeah, let's go youthful. Okay, and then standard scale adjustment. Yeah, sure. Ooh. Okay. Colours fine. Face presets, similar face. Oh, face presets. Oh, character creators in games, man. Yes. Oh, wait. Yeah, I suppose. Just change the hair and then be done with it. Oh, heck. We're looking a little bit worse for wear here. Aoife's time has not been kind to Aoife. Oh, heck. That's a bit more normal, is it? Yeah. Got a bit of an overbite going on, but yeah, well, you can't have everything, can you? Hair type. Classic ponytail. Oh, do we have to show palette? Yeah. That's fine. Seriously, crazy white hair. Yeah, do it. Brow's got a match, I suppose. Beard. Okay. Yeah, sure. Don't want to spend too much time on character creator, so let's just go. Crazy white-haired lady. Let's go. Return. Cool beans. So this is really cool. I've been since I started the channel. I was looking forward to playing the original Dark Souls again, but I've played that probably the most out of all of the FromSoft games. So I was probably more looking forward to Bloodborne and Sekiro. Dark Souls 3, pretty amped for that. I'm probably not going to play Dark Souls 2. It's just not fun enough for me to do a full series on it. Personally, I mean, it's not a bad game by any means, but it's yeah.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
You found yourself a hunter.
Yes, this game's pretty dark. Okay, we'll see these those things that were crawling on us there are actually helpers in this world for us. They still seem to have my top hat that I gave them. May the good blood guide your way. There is a lot of reference to blood and a lot of reference to a lot of things that we'll go over as and when we come to the lore. So this is the information we get at the start of the game. The guide on how to proceed, I suppose. A handwritten scroll. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. Yes, we totally know what that means. Of course we do. So you'll notice straight away a bit of a graphical improvement over Dark Souls. I am skipping out a game here because it went Dark Souls, then Dark Souls 2, then Bloodborne, then Dark Souls 3, and then Sekiro. So this was the this PS4 exclusive. We seem to be rolling quite slowly. I don't know if that's normal or if I'm just getting used to the physics of this game again. What have we got here? R1 attack. Yep. And then we get hold R2 for a strong attack. So you can do a quicker kind of strong attack if you just hold R2 for a little bit, but if you hold it for till we get that noise and thing, and if you do that behind an enemy, that's how you get one of the ways to get a critical on them in this game. Now, we may die. I'm going to try not to, but we might. It's noticed us already. Okay. Yeah. I think that was a chance. Go, go, go. Oh, I thought we were getting that. We've got to do it behind him, so this is difficult. There we go. So like I say, if you do the charge attack behind an enemy, and land it behind them, then it opens them up for a critical, and that's what we did there, and he's going to give us some blood vials. So blood vials are the healing item in this game. You'll see me do it soon enough when I lose a bit of health and need to heal. And pick up some more there. Cool. So they're blatantly kind of, if you're a new player to this, you'll almost definitely die to that. They want you to die to that. Miyazaki is an interesting chap. He enjoys designing things so that people die. So you'll see there we picked up his first quicksilver bullets. I will explain those shortly when we're about to use them. They're another way to get a critical, basically. And with bullets, you may expect a gun, and that is what we shall see shortly. I believe there's an item down here. Yeah, Central Yarnham. So yeah, bit of a graphics upgrade. They still stay true to a lot of like the Dark Souls kind of tropes, like being able to see a lot of the areas that you're going to go to from where you are. So the progression, the world is still really well kind of crafted in terms of progression and feeling like you're getting somewhere. Yeah. Again, we're going to try and get a critical on these guys. Little bit easier on the on these enemies. I might have to adjust the sound at some point because we may be clipping at the moment. We're going to knock this here switch. There's some more enemies over there, but we're going to go up here first. We really want a weapon before we start fighting enemies. Going barehanded is no way. So there we hear a screech of a future boss, which we shall meet on that bridge over there. And instead of bonfires, we have lamps. But also over here, it seems we can talk to someone through this window.
Oh, you must be a hunter, and not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnham has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good.
So we've got this obviously quite sick person in here, who's given us a pretty friendly welcome comparatively for this game, and is telling us basically, stop doing what you're doing. You're going to cause more harm than good. Whatever it is you're doing, stop.
Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The church controls all knowledge on blood ministration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnham lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood. Or so they say.
Do you say any... No.
Yarnhamites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance.
So there's a lot of talk of hunting, or the hunt, and he's telling us to seek out the Healing Church. He's not heard of Pale Blood, which is the thing that was on the note that we're supposed to seek. but he's saying the healing church is probably your best bet.
Across the valley to the east of Yarnham, you'll find the cathedral ward. Deep within lies the old main cathedral, said to be the source of blood. I haven't heard of pale blood, but that's your best
okay,
bet.
yeah. So it's basically saying the same thing there. Right, so instead of bonfires, we have lanterns. So let's light this lamp and see what we can do. So this lamp now transport you back to the hunter's dream. Upon death, you will awaken at this lamp. Excellent. So let's return to the hunter's dream, whatever that means. Forgot how much I like the music and the sound design in this game. Anyway, so we're in this hunter's dream, and let's see what we got over here. These accept gift from messengers. Yeah, why not? Messengers offer you a trick weapon. Choose one. Trick weapons are wielded with the right hand and employed in beast hunting. I think on the first playthrough that I ever did on this, I chose the hunter axe, and I've chose the cane before just because I was intrigued. But every playthrough since has been saw cleaver. It's just the best all-round weapon out of these three, in my opinion. So we now have a weapon. Hurrah! Let's equip it. So one interesting thing here is we've got two. You can have two things in each arm, and then these are your quick items, so like your usable items. The heal is a dedicated button on this triangle, I believe. So we're going to equip the sword cleaver in the right hand. And the thing about weapons in Bloodborne, you have like a normal attack, a strong attack, but then also it calls them trick weapons, and that's because they have like a second form. So then you've got another normal attack and another strong attack. And it's kind of the range and the sweep on this that makes it one of the better weapons to start with, and I think it's got a damage bonus against beasts as well, which is pretty cool. And then another gift from the messengers. These guys are on our side. So the messengers offer you a firearm. Choose one. Firearms are wielded with the left hand and employed. Whatever. I didn't read it before I pressed OK. So we've got a pistol or a blunderbuss. Now you might think that the blunderbuss is. I don't know why you would pick this, to be honest. If you're going by game logic, you might go, oh, it's a bigger gun, it's better. But the hunting pistol is what you want. So we're going to equip that in the left hand. And now this is what we use to fire the quicksilver bullets. But I'm not going to... so in Dark Souls you can parry with your shield to get a counter or like extra damage. In Bloodborne, in fact, yeah, in Bloodborne you can shoot a quicksilver bullet when your opponent's attacking to get a critical on them, which I shall show you when we meet some enemies. So, accept another gift from the messengers. A notebook received from the messengers. Leave messages with these loyal servants to share them with hunters in other worlds. So this is going to let us leave notes in the world, like the orange soapstone does in Dark Souls. And who's this chap in the wheelchair?
Aha! You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now. I am Gehrman friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it. This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the dog, should it please you.
Alright, Gavin. Okay.
This was one.
So there's not a massive amount we can do here. To escape this dreadful hunter's dream, halt the source of the spreading scourge of beasts, lest the night carry on forever. So basically, everything's telling us to kill beasts. So here we can upgrade and repair weapons, and later on we can modify weapons as well. And over here is something that will be useful later. We can. This bath appears linked to the nightmare, but there are no messengers. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of dream and nightmare kind of symbolism going on. And over here is the shop. Trading blood echoes with messengers to buy and sell items. So we can buy consumables. At some point we'll be able to buy weapons. We can also buy like armour, all sorts of bits and bobs, but not very much as of yet. First thing we're going to do, because we can't really do anything in here, is go back to the lantern and explore this first area. So that's where we started out, and this is where we found the lamp. So the gameplay is quite different in Bloodborne to Dark Souls. It feels similar because it's still stamina based, but it's a lot faster and it encourages you a lot more to be aggressive. If you take damage, there's a short window of time where if you do deal damage after you've taken it, you can gain back a percentage of the health that you've lost. So it just encourages you to be a lot more aggressive than in Dark Souls, which is kind of like Dark Souls encourages you to go behind your shield and use your shield for everything. Pebbles, let's equip some pebbles. Pebbles are really useful, and they've got a cool, funny description as well. Small pebbles found throughout Yarnham can be thrown at foes. Quite thrilling, indeed they are. And they are useful. You can like get one enemy out of a crowd. So let's see what this gun does for us here. So you can see the benefit of being able to parry at distance. We're not going to be wanting to do that too much with these starting enemies. Though I want to save up the save the quicksilver bullets for now for bigger threats. So this guy's going to go behind a shield, so we're going to want to strong attack him. So if he stayed behind his shield, we would have been able to attack him anyway, because it would have like staggered him. Now you can see there's going to be patrols of enemies, rather than just them all being in one spot. Hopefully we can just get the attention of one, maybe all of them. Okay, cool. Before we carry on, let's do the dangerous thing first. We'll open up this shortcut to back here. You can already hear some heavy footsteps. Maybe you can see the guy moving around. We'll get rid of some of this stuff here. And let's see if I can remember my timings. Oh, oh no, oh no, oh no. So if you noticed there, I did get the parry, but I was a little bit too late. So he got me as well. Let's try again. Okay, so again, I was a bit too late. It's better. So he's probably going to drop us some... oh, he's dropped us a bloodstone. That's a good drop from him. Usually, I think he usually drops healing vials. We'll take out these guys that we didn't take out before. You can also do a transform attack. So if you do an attack and then transform the weapon, it'll do another attack. So the guys with guns drop bullets. The guys without guns drop health items. Oh, but the movement's so much better than in Dark Souls. So much faster. Okay, so like I say, we took out the difficult guy. Everything respawns in the same way that it does in Dark Souls. So when you rest at a lantern, all the enemies come back.
Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, but I don't want anything to do with you. Trot along, will ya?
London, get your London here. So what is this place? How did it get to this crazy state of affairs where there's fires and coffins in the streets and people locking themselves in the houses? Is this just what happens if self-isolation carries on indefinitely? People just go insane in the houses and this is where we end up in 10-15 years. No, something tells me there's something a bit more sinister going on. See, I'm being quite casual about just running up and destroying everyone here. That's only because I've played this game quite a bit. So I know to a certain extent what you can get away with. But if you get surrounded by enemies, you can very easily get stun locked and they can make short work of you. Yeah, everyone's a cursed beast. So these guys are calling us a beast. It's interesting. Just maybe remember that. Cocktail, which is like as fire bombs from Dark Souls. Getting plenty of quicksilver bullets. We're not getting much healing stuff. Interestingly, oh, I can't get that yet. Okay. So a few choices of how to proceed over here. What we might do is take out these stragglers that are patrolling up here before we do anything else. Again, similar to Dark Souls, you try to whittle out the crowd, try to get enemies as and when they're when they're not all grouped together. I think we can knock on this door as well.
Lads, you've come on. You'd open the door on a night of a hunt. Away with you. Now.
Okay, so everyone seems to know about this hunt, and we seem to be part of the hunt. Right, so up in the middle here we've got a few characters. We can see a guy on the top of the carriage there. He's got a gun. And there's a few kind of standard enemies as well. Just try and get the attention of one or two. Make it a bit easier on ourselves. Hey, hey, hey. I tell you what, it's nice playing this on a big 4K screen as well, that you can see everything that's going on, all the detail. It's not like the screen I was on before this telly was bad or anything, but yeah. If anyone's considering upgrading to a 4K telly and not sure if it's worth it, I can tell you now, you won't regret it. If you're the kind of person that uses a TV a lot, you get so much more detail. And for gaming as well, it's so crisp. Maybe not if you're doing like competitive online shooters or something where you need a really high refresh rate, but I'm sure if you're doing that, you've probably got a pretty decent monitor anyway. Okay, so we've pretty much whittled down most of these guys. We'll go up here first and take out the guy with the gun. See, none of them like us. I don't know what we've done to the... Well, apart from coming in and massacring them, to be fair. To be fair to him.
You are not
See us getting some sort of a little bit of his health back there because we'd taken some damage and then we were dealing some out. Right, okay, so the heal, like I say, is a blood vial, and you'll see us give us a cheeky little stab in the leg.
This time's finished.
Everything's blood in this game. Blood vial, blood stone to upgrade your weapons, Bloodborne, the healing church. It's all about blood and administration, and yeah, it's a hell of a town. But we like Yarnham. Got some crazy folks in it, including us. But we like it. There you go, bloodstone shard. So that's a upgrade item. So we can proceed that way, or we can proceed this way. Let's see what all this hubbub is about.
I don't reckon you're from round here. Well, stuck outside on a night of the hunt. Oh, you poor, poor thing.
So everyone does sound a little bit off the rocker. Do we go this way first, or do we go the other way first? Can't make up my mind. Let's go this way first, then we can open up the shortcut back. So we can drop down here. See, there's some dogs in cages that we will take care of while they're in a cage. They will not be so friendly to us, as you will see. They do open at some point, those cages, but I'm not sure when, so... Always better to be on the safe side. Anything that wants to attack us, we want to get it out of the way quick, smart. I don't think there's anything behind here, but... I'm just curious, I never go there, so...
You're a hunter, aren't you? Then, well, do you know of any safe places?
we don't. Yep. We don't know of any safe places, so it's no point speaking to that person. But that seems to be one of the first friendly people we meet, apart from Gehrman seems to be quite friendly towards us. We've got a bit of a stronger enemy type here, so we're just going to try and get a parry. But we can knock these barrels out and just drop onto this walkway here. See another NPC who we will press this person a few times.
Oh, a hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights. Here, to welcome the new hunter.
Sounds like she's from Barnsley.
Prepare yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now. Still lingering about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts. No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves.
She's got a what you got?
What are you still... Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
Yeah, so everybody keeps telling us. So she gave us that shake off cape emote there, gesture should I say. So yeah, we don't like that one. Let's replace that one. Switch for shake off cape, which is undoubtedly the coolest of all the gestures. Okay, so there's a few things hanging items here, like you can see there, hanging from straight, like which we're gonna want to knock down. There's one there, and there's another one over there. Yep, cool. Just try and be careful not to fall off when I'm doing it. There we go. And there'll be some good items for us. I can't remember where is the best place to drop down. Maybe we're just back at the start here. I know there's a guy that patrols down here. We might just have to try and be lucky. Oh, walking on air. Okay. Okay, so just gonna wait there. See, I'm being a bit late with a lot of the parries. If I'm taking damage before I get the riposte off, then I haven't timed it well. I'm just gonna nice and steady walk up behind this chap with a gun. You can hear him mumbling to himself there. Just some interesting detail to the characterization of the enemies in this game. Items, that's good. Okay, now before, there's the items that we cut down that you can see on the walkways kind of down there, those two. But before we get those, we want to take care of the enemies that are up here. Mainly the guys with the guns are the threat at the moment, so we're going to wait until he's over there. Take out one, hopefully. Okay, now we're going to run because this guy's on his case. Okay. Okay, take the other guy with the gun out.
This town's finished.
This town's finished. So the cold blood dew items that we keep picking up, they're like soul items. So you can pop those to get some blood echoes, is what they call the souls. But I'll probably call them souls, just because it's habit. Right, so now we've taken those guys out, we can drop down here, because what happens is we drop down there, and then that leads to out here, and if we try to climb up this ladder when those two guys with the guns are there, you just get shot to all hell. So we're going to drop down here. Get rid of some giant rats. You see there's a few of these guys about. And generally the case with the saw spear, that's another a good weapon if you're going for like a dexterity type build. Although it's not called, it's called skill in this game rather than dexterity. Madman's knowledge, that's like your humanity in Dark Souls. Well, kind of like, as a bit of a different, there's a lot of lore around the Madman's knowledge. I can't remember if there's items around here. I don't think there are. Okay, so we're going to go back up this ladder here, and we can actually go quicker up ladders now that we're playing not Dark Souls 1. You can do that in Dark Souls 2, I believe. It makes life a lot easier. Then some more rats on this side. Yeah, like I was saying, you see I'm trying to just attack things as quickly as possible. The more... that's close. You see what I mean? You give anything in this game a minute or a second, and it can start causing you a lot of problems. Okay, so I think the healing and quicksilver bullet system, although it can be quite annoying when you do actually physically run out, because it's not refillable like your Estus flasks in Dark Souls. It can be a bit frustrating when you run out, and you've got to farm the enemies for healing items and quicksilver bullets. The way that you collect up to the amount that you can use, so we can use 20 of each at the moment, and once you get to 20, any more that you pick up will go into like storage, so that when you die you'll come back with the 20. Crows are not your friends. Nothing is your friend in this game. Okay, so there's an item on one of these beams. Where is it? There it is. I always miss this drop there. Ah, not this time. Yeah, another upgrade item, that's good. So, is it that ladder that we use? I think it is, yeah. So we want to. We could continue on this way, but we're going to do that section in a little while. That's where we've just been. But up here he's going to kind of lead us back towards the main kind of courtyard area that we started at, and open up like a shortcut there. Plenty of crows here. Antidote, so that's for poison. Another madman's knowledge, this is good. Chunky fella over here. You might be able to hear. Oh, knock on here.
Wretched outsider. Trying to fool me to open this door. Heavens, the depths of depravity.
Indeed. Indeed. You might be able to hear like a bit of a musical tune going on vaguely in the background somewhere. Little music box.
Who are you? I don't know your voice, but I know that smell. Are you a hunter? And it's where you look for my mum. Daddy never came back from the hunt, and she went to find him, but now she's gone too. I'm all alone and scared.
So we can either choose to say that we'll find the girl's mother, or we can refuse. Let's be helpful, shall we?
Really? Oh, thank you. My mum wears a red jeweled brooch. It's so big and beautiful. You won't miss it. Oh, I mustn't forget. If you find my mum, give her this music box.
Dining music box. Yeah, I'm sure there's no way that anything that we do here could be could end negatively in this really bright, happy world of Bloodborne.
It plays one of Daddy's favourite songs, and when Daddy forgets us, we play it for him so he remembers. Mum's so silly running off without it.
So just to recap slightly what she said there, it plays one of Dad's favourite songs. When Dad forgets us, we play it so that he remembers us. Right, okay, so why is the Dad forgetting his family? Let's go into his inventory and just read. So, tiny music box. A small music box received from a young Yarnham girl. Plays a song shared by her mother and father. Inside the lid is a small scrap of paper, perhaps an old message. Two names can be made out, however faintly. Viola and Gascoigne. Interesting. So this is the courtyard where we branched off earlier and went over to where the dogs were. That was over the other side of that fountain. So over here there is an item, but also over here there's another one of these chunky boys. He's going to come at us with a big old brick. What? I thought I got him on the first try then, but hey, maybe not. So we got a torch, Molotov cocktail, and blood vial. We can equip the torch in the left hand. Then we can sample to the torch. There's a nice bit of lighting effect going on. Also scares away certain enemies. and you can use it as a weapon as well. You can use to throw onto an enemy before you throw a Molotov cocktail, so they'll deal extra damage from the fire. Oh, just got really itchy here. Wearing headphones for too long. I've just recorded a bit of a session with Apex Legends with Adam. I've had these headphones on for ages. Some mod doggos who apparently didn't see us, which is odd. Yeah, bro. No? Yeah, I'm down here, man. Wow. Okay. First dash. I don't know what I was doing, not healing, topping myself up with health, but I paid the price. So we'll work back up in the at the last lantern that we rested at. Oh, we should do. Right. So what we're gonna do quickly run back to where we were. We're gonna jump through here. There's a few little shots. Gonna get chased by everyone and his mum, but we should be able to make it through. Okay. Okay. Keep looking at his stamina. Okay, I think we made it okay. So we're back to this same area here now. Take care of Chunky Boy, because they tend to give us a nice bit of healing items or something like that. And we need all the blood vials and quicksilver bullets we can get at this stage. So there should be an enemy around this area with or maybe it'll be just on the ground. So sometimes your blood echoes are left on the ground where you died. Sometimes an enemy will you'll have to kill an enemy to get them back. You'll be able to tell which enemy because they'll have like glowing eyes. But I'm sure you'll see that because we're going to die plenty of times, as with any From Software game. Danger there, getting surrounded. Okay, that's the majority of them. Oh, ouch. More blood vials. I think we've pretty much done this small area, so let's move up onto this here bridge. It's not an ominous sound at all, is it? So we can see two of those guys that we fought at the start of the game, but this time they've got full health and they'll be a bit more aggressive. So, but there is a path this way and a path forward, So, are we feeling lucky? See if we can get, yeah, hopefully we just get one of them. Ow, ow. Damn it. I keep thinking they're attacking when they're not. Danger. Danger. Oh shit. This is not good. Oh no. Especially not good because one of those guys is probably going to have the souls. So, plan B. That's what I like about this starting area. There's that many different ways to do, different routes you can take, different ways you can go to get to the same place. Again, we're just gonna chant it. Oh. Getting stuck on the scenery is not ideal. Okay, so this time, instead of going up to the right like we did last time, I'm going to drop down here again. But go up this way. Now we can get an item here. It might have been followed by a dog, potentially. But there's also this other path going this way. So more chunky boys down that way. But I'm coming this way because I want to open up this shortcut to the lantern before I do anything else. So there'll be a guy waiting for us in here. And this guy might be in a wheelchair, but has a crazy gun that will just destroy us if he...
I must leave. Please, God. Leave.
Yeah, the enemies talk to themselves in this game. It's quite... That's a guy that's upstairs.
We all know who's at fault. We know stuff.
When the hunt began, the healing church abandoned us, blocking the great bridge to Cathedral Ward, as they burned old Yarnham to the ground on that moonlit night. Burned old Yarnham to the ground. So, where's this old Yarnham this week of? I mean, is this new Yarnham that's been created on the ruins, or is it somewhere else? We will find old Yarnham in time. Let's have a look. So now we can open up this gate here, which leads us back to the first lamp. Okay, so we'll go get us blood echoes, and in fact, yeah, we'll go get us blood echoes, and I'm wondering whether I should have a go at the boss. I haven't leveled up at all, so it's a bit of a But also, if you come to the bridge from this side, it's a lot easier to kill these folks. Because you can just lead them to this door. You can just lead them to this door. You can just lead them to this door. And they can't come through the door, so happy days. have died to these guys here though. The reach on that attack's great. For us. What did he drop for us? Interestingly though, neither of them dropped blood echoes, so they could be on the floor where we died, which was over here. Yeah, okay, cool. I was going to get worried if they weren't there, because then they would be on just any random... Did we pick that up? I must have done, yeah. They would just be on any random enemy in this whole area, which could have been a bit of a nightmare. Should we go for it? I think we should go for it. Come on, crows. Okay, so this is dangerous, but that guy that screamed at us when we first came into this area, let's see what he's all about. I thought I dodged that. Hey, can't have it all, can you? Now we're in a bit of a situation now because we have to go back to that kind of area to get us echoes back. I was thinking it'd be a nice way to end the video, but oh, and look at what we have here. The doll is awake. That's because we have, if you look at the top right, the eye there, that's insight. When you encounter a boss, you gain 1 insight, and because we've gained the insight, we can now speak to the doll.
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll, here in this dream to look after you. Honorable hunter, pursue the echoes of blood, and I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts, and I will be here for you.
They must have known that people would be able to see this. You might have saw it for a second there. Look at the eyes. What is going on there? Anyway.
Hello, good hunt. I am a doll, honorable, and I will you will hunt beasts.
So, channel blood echoes is level up, and then we can talk as well. But yeah, we don't have any blood echoes. What are they offering us here?
May you find.
Oh yeah, so that's the stuff that we can use to summon. You can ring these bells to summon folks in, and a bit like on Dark Souls. Right, what? We've just gone over an hour. Let's try it again. See how far we get. If we get the us blood echoes before we go into the boss room, though, it might be an idea to come and level up before we fight the boss. It's, you know, what you would normally do. Give yourself a bit of a fighting chance. In fact, I don't know why we're leaving folks alive here. This town's finished. Okay, let's give it one more go. Stuck in a certain like set of attacks, and here we have we got the sword hunter badge, So let's read description on that and see what that does. Okay, so badge of the swordsman hunters under church blessing. One of the badges crafted by the Healing Church. So we heard about the Healing Church before. That guy who we spoke to just outside the first lantern, the window, was telling us to seek out the Healing Church if we were looking for pale blood. He didn't know what pale blood was, but he said that's your best bet. So the silver sword is a symbol of a church hunter. Ludwig was the first of many Healing Church hunters to come, many of whom were clerics. As it was, clerics transformed into the most hideous beasts. Okay, so clerics transformed into beasts. So we've seen the beast that we're attacking potentially used to be human, which is you could probably guess that just by guessing. But yeah, so it just puts a bit of an interest in. So why are people turning into beasts? That's a question. So we've got this sword hunting badge, and what the badges do is they let you purchase weapons from the messengers. So we're going to have the choice of a few weapons to purchase when we come back here. One of which is pretty damn fine and excellent. And we should be able to afford at least. Yep. So this is the Kirkhammer, which we're going to buy and immediately use. Because it's sick. Oh, I don't think we have the strength for it. Yeah, we need 16 strength, so let's address that issue as well. Let's go do some leveling up.
Welcome. What is it you desire? Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close.
Yeah, we can get to the 16. We're going to want to do some endurance as well. Yep, cool. Endurance is way more important in this game than vitality.
Farewell, good hunter.
Okay, so we should now be able to use the... In fact, we should put it in the second weapon slot. I love this weapon. You've got a quick sword, which is always good. But then your transform is a ridiculous hammer. Yeah, so that was the weapon that I used mainly in my first playthrough, I think. And we've got some. Do I want to upgrade it though? You got to think carefully about what you upgrade in this game, because you don't get a massive amount of upgrade items. Because there's other weapons later on that I'll want to upgrade, like another greatsword type weapon. Yeah, let's go Kirkhammer, let's meme it up. So we've upgraded the Kirkhammer then, and that's going to do work for us. So thank you very much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this first episode of Bloodborne, and I shall catch you in the next one. Alright, peace out, see you in a bit.